Welcome to Rays of Hope, where inspiration meets possibilities. Join us on this journey as we explore videos that illuminate the path to positivity, resilience, and success. Setting realistic goals and expectations, a guide to achieving success. Setting realistic goals and expectations is key to achieving success, both personally and professionally. Too often, we set lofty targets that seem exciting but are out of reach. This can lead to frustration and burnout. By focusing on achievable goals, we stay motivated and enjoy steady progress. Unrealistic goals can derail even the best plans. They create pressure and disappointment when they're not met. On the other hand, realistic goals build confidence. They help you measure success in manageable steps. You'll also find that setting realistic expectations keeps you grounded. It allows for adjustments and improvements along the way. You gain clarity on what's possible and how to get there. This approach not only leads to better results but also makes the journey more fulfilling. Understanding realistic goals. Understanding what makes a goal realistic is essential for success. It's not just about aiming for something you desire but also ensuring that it's attainable within your current context. Characteristics of realistic goals. Realistic goals share several key characteristics that make them achievable and effective. Specificity. A goal should be clear and specific. Instead of saying, "I want to get fit," you might set a goal like, "I will jog for 30 minutes, 3 times a week." This clarity helps you focus on what exactly you need to do. Measurability. You should be able to track your progress. A measurable goal has criteria that indicate your progress, such as, "I want to save $500 in 3 months." This allows you to see how close you are to achieving it. Attainability. Goals should be challenging but achievable. Setting a goal that is too high can lead to frustration. For example, if you are new to running, aiming to run a marathon next month isn't realistic. But aiming to run a 5K in a few months is attainable and will keep you motivated. Relevance. Your goals should matter to you and fit within your larger life plans. If a goal aligns with your long-term objectives and values, you're more likely to stay committed to it. Time-bound. A deadline is crucial. It creates a sense of urgency and motivates you to take action. For example, "I will read 2 books by the end of the month," is a time-bound goal that gives you a clear timeline. The role of self-awareness. Self-awareness is a cornerstone for setting realistic goals. To set achievable goals, you must understand your strengths, weaknesses, and limitations. Knowing your strengths can help you set goals that capitalize on what you do best. For instance, if you are good at writing, setting a goal to write a blog post each week can be fulfilling and feasible. Acknowledging your weaknesses allows you to create goals that address areas where you need improvement. If you struggle with time management, setting goals to finish tasks in specific time frames can build better habits. Recognizing your limitations ensures that you don't set goals that are out of reach. If you work full-time and have family commitments, setting a goal to attend the gym every day might be too much. Instead, aiming for 3 days a week could be more realistic. Being self-aware helps you set goals that are not only achievable but also aligned with your personal circumstances and abilities. This leads to more consistent progress and less frustration along the way. Steps for setting realistic goals. Setting realistic goals is essential for success. It helps you stay focused and makes the process enjoyable. Here are simple steps to guide you in setting goals that are achievable and meaningful. Step: define your goal clearly. Having a clear goal is like setting a destination on a map. You need to know where you're heading to figure out how to get there. Why it matters. A clear and concise goal gives you direction. Vague goals can be confusing and hard to follow. Example: instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," say, "I will walk 30 minutes every day." Step: break down the goal into smaller tasks. Breaking a large goal into smaller tasks makes it less overwhelming. It's like cutting a huge task into bite-sized pieces. How to do it? Start by identifying key tasks needed to achieve your goal. Then, split those tasks into even smaller steps. Create a timeline. Set deadlines for each smaller task. This keeps you on track and makes the goal feel more manageable. Example: If your goal is to write a book, smaller tasks can include drafting an outline, writing one chapter a week, and revising each section. Step: establish milestones and checkpoints. Milestones act like pit stops on your journey. They help you monitor progress and celebrate small wins. Why it's important. Milestones keep you motivated. They show that you're making progress and make the big goal seem closer. Checkpoints. Set regular intervals to review your progress. Adjust your timeline or tasks if needed to stay on course. Example: if your goal is to save $1,000, set milestones like saving $100, $500, and $750. Each milestone is a step closer to the final amount. Step: be flexible and adjust as needed. Life can be unpredictable. Sometimes, you need to adjust your goals or methods to stay on track. Stay adaptable. Be open to changing your approach if something isn't working. Flexibility prevents frustration and keeps you moving forward. Keep the objective in mind. Adjusting doesn't mean giving up on your goal. It means finding a better way to achieve it. Example: if your original plan to exercise in the morning isn't working out, try doing it in the evening instead. Setting realistic goals involves clear planning, breaking down tasks, celebrating milestones, and staying flexible. These steps will guide you toward achieving your objectives in a structured and enjoyable way. Common mistakes to avoid. Setting realistic goals is important for achieving success, but there are common pitfalls that can derail your efforts. Knowing these mistakes and how to avoid them will help you stay on track. Setting vague goals. Vague goals are ineffective because they lack clarity and direction. When your goals are not specific, you don't know what steps to take to achieve them. This can lead to confusion and a lack of motivation. Why vague goals fail. Without clear targets, it's hard to measure progress. Saying, "I want to be successful," is too broad. What does success look like for you? How will you know when you've reached it? Fixing the problem. Make your goals precise. Use the SMART criteria: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of saying, "I want to get fit," say, "I will jog for 30 minutes every morning." This goal is clear and gives you a specific action to take. Ignoring personal limits. Ignoring your personal limits can lead to burnout and disappointment. While being ambitious is great, it's important to recognize your own capabilities and constraints. Dangers of overextending. Not considering your limits can result in stress and exhaustion. For instance, aiming to work on multiple big projects simultaneously without a break can be overwhelming. Being realistic. Understand and respect your limits. If you know you can only dedicate 2 hours a day to a task, plan accordingly. Take small steps. Instead of committing to read a book a day, start with a chapter a day. This approach keeps you motivated without overloading yourself. Thanks for watching part 1 of our guide on setting realistic goals and expectations. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll dive into the steps for setting realistic goals and avoiding common mistakes. See you soon. Thank you for joining us on this uplifting journey with Rays of Hope. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos that spark hope and empowerment.